we're going to talk about another lush looking plant. The name is Musa Sikkimensis Red Tiger. I absolutely love this plant, not because it just gives you tropical leaves, not because its hardiness is to minus 10 degrees, because this plant gives you variation in their leaves, which is like red stripes, and that is the only reason I'm buying this one. Otherwise I have no reason to go for it. Of course it's easy to care for as well, but that's not my driving factor. It's the red stripes. I love Insecti moruli, and I just think it will be amazing to have something which is far less demanding and still gives you amazing looking leaves, which is red and green. This is just a beautiful combination for a tropical plant. So in terms of hardiness, it's really hardy like Musa. So Musa has actually contradicting statements. Some says minus 10 degrees Celsius, some says minus 15 degrees Celsius. That's root hardy. This one is known to be minus 10 degree hardy, so that is pretty hardy, really good for most of the UK. You can grow this one from seeds, or you can just buy it from garden center, eBay, Facebook, retailers, anywhere. So I did grow this one from seeds. It's not actually hard to grow from seeds. It's the game of patience. How much time can you wait? So it took months and months, I think, for it to germinate. Now where is my plant? Well, I didn't protect it this winter and I lost it. Again, the reason I did not protect it, because it's hardy to minus 10 degrees. I never experienced minus 10 degrees. Later on, what I realized, that because it was a young plant, it needed more protection. So even though it was not minus 10 degrees, I still should have protected it, and my plant still would be alive. But anyway, so this time I said I'm not going to grow it again from seeds, because they're so erratic. They can really take time. So the plant is not really overly expensive. It's 10 pounds. So you think you can't lose. It's just 10 pounds for a plant which is going to make many of these more, and it just looks amazing. So in terms of height, it can have a whopping 4-meter height. That means it can be really good for the back of the borders to make any kind of statement plant. Is just awesome. In terms of location, it's a lot like Musa basjoo in actually every way except the leaf variation. So this one, it prefers the sun, same as Musa basjoo. You can still do good in part shade, but of course these are not shade loving plants. They absolutely love sun. So I'm going to plant it south facing side of my garden, where it's going to get so much sun. Now if I was planting it in the soil, I feel a lot more relaxed, because these are moist loving plants. Kind of ground takes care of itself. It has a lot of nutrition retaining properties, i.e. I have got very clay soil here. That means it retains moisture and nutrition. That means my plants can do very well. But I'm opting it for raised bed, or you could be opting it for a container. The best thing I know is that do not use compost, because compost dries out quickly. That means your plant will be suffering, and compost is not really heavy. It's not going to retain any moisture, or it's not going to retain any nutrition with it. But if you replace compost with the topsoil, that means it's going to retain moisture and it's going to retain nutrition, which is much more better in the long run for your plant. Of course, I'm going to top it up with the farmyard manure, and of course 10 or 15% compost, give or take here and there. Just mix it all up and plant this baby, and I'm sure it's going to feel right at home. In terms of feed, in ground, as I said, it's okay. Things take care of itself. Leaves fall down, they go through decomposting, they give so much nitrogen to the plants. They get beautiful leaves. Not happening in my small raised bed. So I will be topping it up with the crochet slow release, and I will be topping it up with the seaweed extract. But because I'm just going to plant it, I am not going to give it any feed. I'm just going to let it settle, because it's such a small plant with a very small rooting system. I just need it to feel at home, get adjusted, and that's when the feeding starts. Because I have already mixed farmyard manure in my soil, that means it has all the necessary nutrition it needs, and that means it's going to thrive really well. I really hope that you enjoy the video, and I really hope that it was helpful. If you are thinking of buying a Sikkimensis Red Tiger, The only thing I wanted to point out was that this plant is also called as Darjeeling banana. So there was one supplier selling it as Darjeeling banana. I asked them, will it get the red stripes? And answer was no. This one will only get tinge of redness when the leaves are young. When the leaves opens up fully, it will turn back to total green color. So that means it was not for me. The second time the supplier said again Darjeeling banana, they used the word Red Tiger. So then I knew this is the one was for me. I still confirmed with the supplier it's going to have red stripes, and the answer is yes. As these leaves mature, they are going to develop red markings, which is what going to make this plant amazing. And I really hope that it does really well alongside my Insettia moruli, and I'm going to have all these tropical looking leaves, and just amazing. I really hope that it was helpful, and if it was, please click like. You can also click subscribe if you're kind for my next videos. Thank you so much. Bye bye.